女士们、先生们，欢迎来到李世锋茶谈录。Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a tea with Li. Today, with great honor and pleasure, we are having Li and LynnLight. She is a great master of Kungfu and Yoga. Actually, we both love both yoga and Kungfu. So I practice a little bit of yoga, Ashtanga mostly, and also most of the time I'm training Kungfu. And she and me, we share some interest in common. Basically, it's like yoga and Kung Fu. And also, all of us, we have some friends and also students who training maybe both yoga and Kung Fu as well. So today, such a great honor to be resonated with LynnLight. And please now, could you share with us how and why did you choose yoga and Kung Fu as the approach of life, or you didn't choose them at all, they came to you, and then you got united as one?
Okay. Hello, Li. I'm very happy and honored to have the invitation from you. And I'm very happy to share my story, yoga and Kung Fu, on your platform. I'm LynnLight. How do I get into Kung Fu? Maybe my subconsciousness want to do Kung Fu since I was like 6 years old. So from the Kung Fu, the first day, because one Kung Fu teacher, my first coach, he came to my 小学, the little school. So I was a kid running around, 6 years old, and very playful. Then he said, "Hey, girl, you come over. Can you do kicking for me?" So okay, I can kick. I don't know, maybe my naturally very flexible. And he said, "Can you do a jump?" I said, "I jump." "Can you do a back bend?" I do a back bend. So maybe my body already ready for that. He said, "Okay, I give you one like a piece of paper. Please come this time in this place." But in that time, I don't know how to read Chinese yet because I was just 6 years old. So I bring this paper back to my parents. My mom say, "Oh, this is Kung Fu, but you're a girl, you should do dance. Why you need to do Kung Fu?" "No, we're not going there." So they put the paper away. But I was saying, "No, I want to go because the coach come and he asked me kick. I feel very fun. I want to go. Then he said, no, we don't go. We go to see a movie in that night." So that night, I remember they took me to a movie theater. So I was very happy to watching a movie. But after the movie, I still remember I want to go to the Kung Fu school. So I was crying. I said, "I must go." Then they took me to the Kung Fu school the first day. So I went into the school. There's a big, huge room. There's maybe 30 kids kicking around, jumping around, have a lot of fun. So I would just jump in and then start to play with them. So this is the beginning. Then I was 6 years old. Then until I start to like grow up, understand, oh, actually I'm really doing Kung Fu. It's very cool. First 3 years, we just doing fist, punch, kicking, jumping. After 3 years, I remember my coach, my master said, "You can pick one weapon." Wow, that's so cool. I can pick one weapon. So I picked a saw, and the first time I got a little saw in my hands, then I start to move around. Then I remember since I was 9 years old, every year I have to compete for Shanghai. Shanghai is the city I live in. So we go to a competition, bunch of children, and doing Kung Fu in the competition. Sometimes I win, sometimes I don't win. I also remember one time, maybe I doing a pole, very long pole. I swing the pole and the pole just fly away in my hands in the competition. And sometimes I remember I win a couple of times. Then afterwards, 1 year, there's a Kung Fu master come to the school where I was before. He said, "Okay, you come next year." But he's so serious. Like no smile, very serious. He said, "Okay, I come." Then seems like my first Kung Fu master knowing who he is, my parents know how serious he is. Then next year, I go into that school. Actually, that's the national school. I didn't know that serious. So as soon as I get into the school, I started training very seriously. Before, when I 6 to 15, those years, I training like 3 or 4 hours per day. After the daily school, I go to the Kung Fu school to train until the nighttime. But when going to the national school, I train from 5:45 early morning until 7 o'clock evening. So whole day's training. Then my body was changing because at the beginning, my body couldn't take that much training. It hurts everywhere. Then first month, my body everywhere is broken. My muscle is like pulling away too much. I was crying in the training because like movie, the master really stretch you very hard. Put the head behind, put the foot behind your head and tie you up to make it very flexible. Then I told my father, I say, I can't do this. I want to go home. Then Baba say, no, you have to stay. Then, well, father says stay, then I have to stay. Then slowly, I learn when I feel very tired, when I don't have even a little bit energy, first thing I learn, I don't cry. Because when I cry, the exercise gets even more difficult. I cannot even breathe. So I stop myself to cry to survive in the training. Then my body slowly builds up, become very strong. Then every year we compete for China. We go into national champion competition. We go into international champion competition. So the life become very serious into that, become professional athlete that time. Well, totally, I did Kung Fu from 6-7 years until 24 years. So it's totally like 18 years, very focused. After 24 years, when I retired, I said, I'm not doing anymore. Because in the national team, when you're doing the world championship, you win all the time. Because Chinese martial arts is always the top. So no matter what we do, we on the stage, we win. But after a couple of years, I think, okay, I don't need to get one more gold. I want to get freedom. I want to get back to my life. So I say, I want to get out from the school. I want to retire. Then I think I applied these things for 3 years. Then somehow they allow me to come out from the school. And we were very happy. My life changed completely. So the first thing I was thinking, okay, now very easy life. I just want to choose something easy and nice to keep my body fit and beautiful. That's it. Then I choose the yoga. So easy. Stretch. And sometimes in the yoga, you're doing arm balancing upside down, but come from the Kung Fu like a Jet Li style. Those yoga movement for me is nothing. I can do whatever I want. So it's very easy. But really interests me from yoga is the philosophy, spiritual part. It really get into me. Wow, my mind, my conscious start to get expanded when I step into the yoga. The spiritual part, the philosophy part, actually very much linked with the Chinese traditional Kung Fu. So what I learned from the 18 years of the Kung Fu, those knowledge, one part is from the action, you doing the thing. Another part, the education come from the essence of Kung Fu is more like a Kung Fu philosophy. But the teacher sometimes don't say much. But the way they teach you, you know how to be a martial artist. You know how is the respect. You know you don't fight. You know the confidence internally. And so everything just linked. Then it drive me to move the yoga forward a lot. Until now, I did 20 years yoga already. So because I understand if I want to be good with something, I have to really get in, train seriously to do. So I also put myself like a 15 years serious training in the yoga, then become a yoga teacher. Then I have my own studio now. So the yoga journey is slowly open until today. So this is roughly my story.
That's amazing and also quite touching. So actually, before our conversation, I watched a little bit news about the open, like the competition of the tennis, which is happening in Australia. So our athletes, Li and also another athletes from where European American one. So they both appeared as a guest, player for the show. So some people gave the comments which look, the sports, the exercise really keep people young. So Lina and another athletes, they looks, like 20s, even maybe they are 30s or a little bit more. So
yeah,
similar like you, as you mentioned, I want, because of the Kung Fu training and the yoga, it make you like forever young, So you indeed look strong and pretty. So it's not, the big comments, but this is the reality. So you mentioned, the Kung Fu, you in the very beginning, you did Kung Fu and then you did yoga. So actually I'm the opposite way. And I started the serious training Kung Fu when I was like 20 something. And in the very beginning, I practiced yoga because I do free diving. I used to be a free diver and I was very into it. And I tried yoga and I went to practice Ashtanga, in different places with a different teacher. And then later I was into Kung Fu and seriously. And now Kung Fu has become my profession and passion. So yoga is kind of changed to become yours. So we are like kind of crossed and shifted the way. So it's our universalness and uniqueness. Okay, back then I watched some part of your training. You have much more power and strength than a typical yoga teacher or master. I think I was wondering why. So now, based on your explanation and the story, I can clearly understand why. Because, go ahead, please.
Because you want to be a compete for your nation, for China, compete for Shanghai, your body, you need to be trained like monsters.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not like in the movie you look Jet Li, you look at Chen Long kicking so fast. Just for that kick. Because we need to kick very fast in the way, very powerful, but the power is not stuck inside of you. You kick, the power goes through to the other person even further. So that's why when Bruce Lee hit one punch, the person fly away.
Exactly.
So when we kicking and punch just for that kick, we kick 1,000 times per day. Each day, 1,000 kick. But the teachers, the master was on your side, they say, no, this is not good enough. This is not good enough. So you just keep kicking it until you find the power, actually effortless power. You need a body, chi, energy all together and all very soft, can move the chi, boom, go out. Like when you step with a weapon, same. So one movement, you need 1,000 billion times to train. So become so perfectly, precisely good. Then you can performance, you can go compete. So that's the massive training.
Sure. And since here, I just wanted to share a tiny bit about, I think you and me, we are extremely, clearly understand what it is saying from our ancestor, Zhuangzi. Because for some people, if they don't really speak Chinese, and also they don't, if we don't have a good translation, it could be hard for them to totally and clearly understand it. But I think, sorry, you and me, we can really touch it. So the word which you shared about the similarity and something common between yoga and Kung Fu is something like this. Because the first word which being recorded in our history for Kung Fu is from Zhuangzi. So it is like this. It's called 吹盂呼吸，吐故纳新， 雄鹰鸟身，为兽而已矣. So I believe this is also both the foundation for yoga and kung fu. You see, I think you are the master of yoga, and now I'm a little bit, improving my kung fu technique. You see, it mentioned breathing, inhaling and exhaling, breathing in, breathing out, and horizontally stretching like the board, vertically squeeze and stretching like the bear. So this is for longevity. And I think both the breathing and the form are two elements for both yoga and kung fu. So
Yeah, very. Feels like you do yoga, it's Ashtanga. In Ashtanga, the breath is Ujjayi breath.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
It's very similar because Ashtanga is very hardcore for the yoga practice. Compare other style, Ashtanga is the strong one. And also like when you're doing the Ujjayi breath, inhale, exhale, actually end of the exhalation, your base of the Mula Bandha actually will be compressed, move the energy go upwards, not downwards. Same as Kung Fu. When you exhale, you contract all the energy to the core. When you exhale, inhale, actually you can move the qi. You're not just physical body move, you move with the breath.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so this is little like something plus of our talk. And so since you are now working on this, professionally and also passionately. So for the people, like, I believe that both of us, we have some friends or students, they are training both yoga and kung fu. And now more and more, the Chinese people, they training yoga, they training kung fu, like you, they would like to try yoga. And the Westerners, I have a bunch of friends and students, they are yoga teacher. Or some of them, they train yoga for 20 or 30 years, 40 years even, and they would like to try Kung Fu because they found, in a sort of way, something missing, or they want to try something new. So what is your suggestion for the people, who would, for example, you, the yoga teacher who like to try Kung Fu guide who like to try yoga. So how they can, smoothly shift without get too much, confused and injured. So what is their experience?
First of all, this is two things. Kung Fu is Kung Fu, yoga is yoga. When you really study these two things, you separate to study detailing whatever the tradition is. And when you practice, the body and the mind are very similar because you need those concentration. You need the breath to move the body. This is the similar part. Yoga is for stretching internally, externally to awaken the mind. Kung Fu, you not just awaken the mind. Kung Fu is for like compete, attacking. So the mind is not just awaken, your mind automatically awaken. Otherwise you get killed, right? Instinctively. So you have to fully awaken in the very beginning. But yoga is helping you to awaken to that state. Oh, I can feel my body. This is stretching. This is my foot. This is my toes. This is my breath. I use my breath in yoga, connect with my body movement. Then I can feel the qi start moving. But training the Kung Fu is fully awaken. You know what you're going to hit. Otherwise, other people are going to hit you. So this is more like, how to say, survival mode, but for the good part. So, but Kung Fu, you have to understand how the qi can help you make the power go through easily, smoothly. Also, you're going to play with the internal energy. I create Kung Fu yoga in my studio. So people training Kung Fu yoga, which I using Kung Fu, how you managing your qi, move externally or like Tai Chi, move internally, very smooth, lot of detail, lot of focus, fully awake. Then I will use yoga to help you to stretch, to relax. Those days, people are not relaxing at all. When the mind is super busy, you can't awake. You put an office person, super busy mind to compete like a Jet Li about to fight, to kicking here and there, impossible. So Kung Fu state, maybe I train from the very professional level, you have to be that state all the time. Then the yoga is for modern life. People come from office life, normal life, gradually back to the same place. Also is focus, peaceful, harmony. So I would suggest people, whatever start yoga first or Kung Fu first of all, find the breath. No matter what you do, find the breath. How the breath connects the inner chi with the physical body. When these three things connects, then you can move around. Otherwise, just everything on the surface. A lot of people doing yoga, yoga is a stretch. Let me do this shape. It's still on the surface. Yeah, you can do this shape. Can you stay still, breathe into the shape? Make the shape alive with your inner energy. Then about the yoga, same as Kung Fu. Kung Fu, you can't just punch. I see many news, those people love to fight. Oh, I can do this, I can do that. I punch, I hit the person. No, when you really knowing what is Kung Fu, you practice deeply, then the internal natural confidence will be arising because you have your own ability. When you have that, you don't want to fight because you respect yourself. Anyone want to fight with you? No, I'm not go for that because I respect all the human natures. Actually, you bring the peace, but with true confidence inside. You have full ability, but those ability and the power, not for nonsense fighting, actually for who you are. All the human beings have this power. So through the Kung Fu, you can practice that too. And it's very, very deep, both sides.
Thank you for sharing. Actually, that you mentioned that the breathing comes first, and then the shape, the form. So I think this is what exactly Zhuangzi said. You know, why Zhuangzi said 吹于呼吸吐故纳新 and then 雄精鸟神, right? Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling the fresh air and exhaling the air which is being used. And then the broad form and the bare form and for longevity. So cool. This is, I think, this is right now your great and clear understanding to find, to give your friend and the students the clear path to reach the high level of yoga and Kung Fu. Here I have a little experience to share what I share with the friends and students whom training with me, let's say the Kung Fu part. I said in the beginning, we focus on the form. For example, we're learning a new form. We just focus on the form. When the form is being, let's say, like externally, the form is framed, is setting down, and then put your breathing in to shape your form. So like the breathing is like the inner energy to flow, to give the soul, give the blood for your form. This is what I share. But I understand what you know, your position, that because you want that they directly reaching the core and then learning more and more form, more and more shape, right? You are from like a
your way is very correct too, because for the people nowadays start to doing Kung Fu or yoga, of course they have to learn the shape. At the beginning, when you learn the shape, especially we are adults, when we start to learn the movement, you can't carry too much other part of detail, how you breathe, how is that. But people need to learn the shape first. You get the shape, then you move with the breath afterwards.
Exactly. This is what I just my little experience, because I have been watched. So because you know most of the friends, you know, now I mean, at least me and also the people I am interacting with, we said, okay, calm down, step by step. Of course, we want to reach more, we want to have more fun. We want to learn more forms. I mean, most of us, not everybody, maybe some people like you, okay, you already being enlightened in a sort of level. So you can, totally calm down, enjoy each present moment. But most of us, we want to, enjoy more, we have ambitions. So I said, okay, learn the form firstly and then breathe. Otherwise, their breath being distracted and they will being auto breathe.
Yeah.
It will make their health, worse.
Because if you don't breath into the pose, into movement, you have no power from the core. If you really want to have the powerful punch and kick, it's come from the breath and the internal chi.
Exactly. Sure. Wow. Indeed. It's just, I think, the way of teaching, also the way for the finding a proper path for the people who are still okay. You want to learn a slow movement, but a good way. I mean, but a stable way. Or you want to learn a faster, to reaching more form, but later you need to come back and train your breathing again. So which way, I think it's like yin and yang. So for people, anybody, they can choose which is suitable for them. Okay, so
I think from what you say, actually nowadays people want to learn a lot, want to have more form, and everything goes so fast. But from the traditional Kung Fu, when I was little, I only do one form for many, many years.
Exactly.
Then the second form, many years.
Exactly.
So one form, if you master that form, wow, you get a lot more.
Definitely. Yeah, this is our, let's say, old school.
If people now they're able to slow down a little bit, get the fruits from the slow down, digging deeper, I think they will like it.
Sure, definitely. Yeah, I hope that all of us can, I mean, in a sort of way to balance the fast life, the modern life with the old school style, how we training. For example, I did, not as stable, as slow like you, but also like one form you need to training like 3 weeks or 1 month, and then you move on. But now it may be in 1 month, some people, they want to learn one routine, maybe with 40 forms, something like this. Yeah, anyhow. Okay. Yeah. So now what current project you are working on? So you are the Pathfinder of Kungfu Yoga, and so now where are you teaching? You're teaching in Shanghai. Where exactly? How the people can reach you?
Yeah, I'm mainly teaching yoga right now, but in my studio, it's in Shanghai. I have 2 studios in Shanghai center. So I have my Tai Chi class too. I have a Kung Fu Yoga too. Also, I join a lot of events in China. Sometimes I go to conference. Sometimes I teach somewhere else. I also doing my yoga teacher training. I train more teachers for Shanghai. So yeah. My daily work is one is teaching, one how to run my studio, then teach more teachers.
Okay, cool. I'm definitely more and more, if more and more teachers can reach you out, they can get a lot of, let's say, knowledge and wisdom from your experience, and also they can really make, I mean, yoga, I mean, in my vision, maybe I'm wrong. Also the friend whom training yoga, they share with me that they have wonderful, amazing, and all we can see the perfect flexibility. But some of them, and also even sensitivity, but some of the lack of strength. Some of them, let's say. So that's part of the reason they came to me for training Kung Fu, to get the strength to be grounded. And we know that to train for Kung Fu, you must be grounded. Otherwise, if you are floating, you go home, you lose the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's very nice to do both with you.
Yeah, and for the last question is, what does Kung Fu Yoga mean to you?
Good question. Very deep. I think it's become my life. It's in my blood. When I teach Kung Fu, I don't think, I just go flow with it. When I create a form of Kung Fu Yoga, I don't think, I move internally. So also for yoga, it's my lifestyle. In the yoga, you have mindfulness. When you in the daily life, you drink tea, drink a coffee, I'm talking to you, I'm aware what I'm doing. So in yoga, teach you how to be kind, how to be passionate, how to have strength, how to be sharp in the daily life. I think these two things already become who am I. But somehow it's a little bit challenging. Like my friends sometimes will think I'm very much into yoga and Kung Fu. I'm the one way of living, and they're everywhere. Let's go to party, let's go this, let's go that. I go party, but when I drink, I just drink a little bit. I want to feel the drink, make me feel good. It's very nice, but I don't want to waste myself. So sometimes for the young people, they don't get it. But slowly when you grow up, they're more centered, and you're living with your, I don't know, not in the thinking mind. You're living with your heart, with your being, and then you know this is the direction, is the right for you. So that's the meaning for me.
Cool. And in this case, we share the same approach as well. I used to drink a lot, crazy, and also stupid way. But now I don't drink. So some friends, now they don't really, call me out for having fun drink, because now really I am so passionate and so, spend a bunch of time on training. And if I drink, for me it's time of wasting. But as you mentioned, back then, we are not old, but the 20s, like the teenagers, they were quite fascinating in drinking, party. It's okay, it's just life, But later as you said, we are somehow awakened. We are somehow being enlightened to know who we are and what we're supposed to do for nutrition us, and with some support or help, maybe we can help the other people to get health and happiness. So this is, I think, we are looking for. Okay.
So for just what you said, because you say you're training a lot now, I think because when you train a lot, your mind is become very concentrated, like every day in the action meditation. So you don't have too much bullshitting needs.
Indeed.
Yeah, you become very clean and easy centered. Yeah, very
exactly.
nice.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Once again, thank you so much, LynnLight, for your amazing life story and powerful, just like you are powerful. Touching story and much. Experience. And I have a friend from United States. She excellently, like you, united Qigong and Yoga together and founded Yochi. So she named her style of training called Yoga plus Qigong. And I'm so happy that you get your own way, like to be the pathfinder of yoga and Kung Fu Yoga, to help people who like to dive into this profession. And you could be a great leader and to awake so many people like me, like the people who are working on this path. And thank you so much. For any of you who are looking for Kung Fu Yoga to have a try, and also to dive really deep in Kung Fu and Yoga, please, LynnLight is indeed the one you are looking for. And you will not have any regrets for a long share journey along with her. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Lee. Thank you for your effort, your work, for make a lot of good good things for the humanity. Thank you very
My
much.
pleasure. OK， 悄悄。
Ciao.
Ciao.